The torch's light has shone its light on us again, and now we may return to the dungeon. All right, so whatever, goblins. All right, so you've found your way to what appears to be the like church of the torch religion, right? You can hear all these goblins like whispering and sort of chattering around the corner, and they're going to be able to see your light basically if you go any further ahead. What do you want
They
to
will
do?
see our light, Adam.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, but in a more literal sense. All right, what do you want to do? Um, 3, 4.
Um.
Your torch has one more round of light before it goes out, I think,
Okay.
or one more turn
Um.
rather.
Uh. Okay. I'm gonna
Light
like
plus
hush whisper
torch.
to the rest of the party and be like, okay, I think it's time to speak as the other torch again.
Okay.
Let's reveal our light, but not ourselves. And so I think that we should go like partway up the hallway so that the torchlight goes into the room, but that like we're not in the room yet, if you know what I mean.
Okay, so like
And
there.
I have
Yeah,
lit
that
a
makes sense.
fresh torch. But
Okay,
I'm holding the other one like
so you got
sandwich,
you got two. You got two. Oh, you're like holding them together. Okay.
double fisting the torch.
Okay. All right. So you take a step forward, and then there's like some chaos, some like
In the
rambling and some
caves?
noise. Yeah, I know. There's some sound from the goblins, and then you hear a voice say in common, "Okay, everybody, shut up. Hello."
Hello, goblins.
And then there's like nattering like lots, and the goblin's like, shut up, shut up. Hello, voice.
Do you not recognize the torch?
But, Torch, my lord, your body lies here with me, cold on the floor.
Fools and non-believers. Did you think that I was limited by the corporeality of a single stick?
I mean, yes, mostly, I guess so.
That is what we thought.
Um,
Come in here so we could, like warm our scabby hands in your glorious glow.
Man, this guy's poetic.
so
That's why he's the high priest.
I'm gonna like
Yeah.
shrug and nod to you guys and be like, I guess so. And I'll like take the torch
Okay.
from Bluey Gale and I'll walk in ahead of everyone else, I think.
All right. So Glassap, you emerge into the room, and it looks. I'll draw it out for you. It looks like it was prior to becoming the temple 20 minutes ago. It looked like it was a storage room. There are bales, boxes, crates, barrels, sacks heaped about the large chamber. And they just seem to be like sort of jammed in the corner, and they've been cleared to make room for. There's this like circle of there's a bunch of there's probably like 20 goblins in the room, like a big like group of them. On the floor, the torch is lying on the ground in like a circle that's been drawn on the floor. And you see, standing closest to the torch in the circle, you see the goblin that you saw before, or maybe did you ever even see this goblin? Anyway, you see a goblin, and he's wearing his like usual like scrappy like leather clothes, but he's got a cloak on over top of it, and it's like an obvious like human sized cloak, so it's like twice as tall as he is, and like pooling on the floor around him.
Is it one of the chaos cultist type?
No,
cloaks?
it's just like a traveling cloak.
Okay.
And on his head, he's got he's like melted candle wax on his head and stuck a bunch
Yeah,
of
yeah.
candles onto his like big bald head.
That's
And when you
beautiful.
come in the room, he's like, okay, hold on. I was okay. And then he like lights the candles really quickly, and he's like, ow. One's like kind of like that are in the room sort of like drop to their knees and like start like bowing before you, and they're like, frankly, I thought you would be somewhat more impressive, but welcome, my lord. Ow, ow, ow. Do you like my hat?
It is most pious and holy.
He nods and he turns to one of the nearby goblins. He's like, see, I told you.
Told you. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other goblin's like, I still think it's stupid.
I'll be like, I have heard that within these caves there are yet non-believers. In my holy light, my warming presence, my fiery divinity.
And so there are goblins like touching your legs and your feet now and like smearing stuff on you, yeah, with their filthy hands. And yeah, pork butt says,
Pork butt. Oh yeah.
yeah, he's the chief of the goblins of this particular schism of the goblins. He says, yeah, he's like, yeah, well, the caves are big, and you know it's a foundling religion, right? We haven't had a lot of time. What do you command? Oh, bright one.
At first, the torch asked for Richard, yet Richard did not appear. Richard has been cast aside into the darkness.
Yeah, about Richard, your high torchiness. The king killed him.
Yes, into the darkness.
Oh, I get it. It's a metaphor. Okay. Yep. I
It can
understand.
work either way.
Okay, got it.
Fine.
Okay.
We should speak to your high chieftain so that he might also become blessed in my light.
Yeah. No, the chief locked himself in his room. We've been, and he like looks at the stick. Worshipping you. So, I don't know. What do you want to do?
I think it is time to unite the goblin caves under the one true light of the torch. I, in my torchly prowess and omniscience, have heard that there is yet a schism, worshipping another torch, a different light.
So there's some angry murmuring, like, "Oh, who dares? Why? What the hell's going on? No, there's only one true torch."
But in my benevolence, I'm here to make clear to you that all light is but my light. There is no other torch. All torches are my torch.
Okay, roll a reaction roll for me.
Just trying to make religion, you know.
I did this one for my torch.
Yeah.
Yes.
And reaction, you said?
Yeah, make a reaction roll.
Oh my gosh. Like, I feel like it would be better if I was more charismatic to become a charismatic cult leader, but
Yeah.
No, we're just running on the dice.
it's fine.
Okay.
Nice.
So this is what they considers the offer. Okay. So I think that pork butt scratches his chin and he says, yes. Let it be known that I am a wise and peaceful high priest. I mean, after I killed Crust, of course. That guy was a jerk. But no, all those are welcome under the light of the torch. He kind of looks around. He's like, we should go and speak with the chieftain so as to change his mind about the light.
Hillary, this is where you got to come in and just be like, yes, and if his mind will not change, we must kill him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, yes, the light is benevolent. It warms that which it touches. Yet does fire not burn? Like, so it shall be with your chieftain. We will bring him the light, and if he will not accept it into his heart, we will set him ablaze.
He will burn.
Okay, so like he moves his way through the crowd and like he's trying to keep his little hat of candles on his head. He moves his way through the crowd and comes up to you, and you can see he's like squinting and like can't really see your face or anything like above
Yeah,
your
no, I'm
waist because the
holding
light is really bright to them.
Right in front of.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's like, so your great and high holiness, you want us to go and kill the chief if he doesn't accept you as his one true god as we have, right?
God,
Yes.
you have to lay it out for these goblins?
They're dumb.
You are smart.
he nods, he's like, yes! And he
You
turns to
haven't
look,
interpreted my holy scripture.
Gospel.
he turns
gospel.
to the other goblins and he says, yeah, see? The fire says I'm smart. All right, goblins! And they like kind of like look up at him. He's like, let's go! And they all kind of like start to stand up and...
Yeah, we need to say that they're going to be meeting with Goober, who's another like sect.
Well, we covered that. We covered that in an earlier gospel.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
The gospel of 5 minutes ago. Well, sort of, yeah. You said like all torches are my light.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll say something like, Goober and Pukestain Ratfire have branched off, but know that they are also part of the true light.
So,
Come together
pork
and
butt
gather the goblins to my fiery.
pork butt sighs loudly when you say he's like, puke stain, really? Well, I gotta admit that's pretty depressing. Nobody likes that guy. Goober's probably killed him already. I don't like Goober much either. Whatever you say, Your
Even the
Holiness.
most putrescent among you will be bathed in my holy light.
All right. So where do you
I'm just
lead?
going to use words that they can't tell if they're compliments or not.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And maybe you're not entirely sure. Like,
I
is,
don't know.
is
Fuck.
putrescence a good thing among?
Among goblins? I
Maybe.
don't know.
Hard to say.
If they even know what it is.
Thank God for a higher wisdom character for once.
All right. Where to? Or do you want them to lead you to
I'm
the?
going to let them go first. I'm all about.
Let them take us to the chieftain.
Okay. All right. So, sometime later, like a few moments, I guess later, you've been led to a door. So you've had a chance to see this other area. You've been led to a door, and you've been joined by Pukestain, Goober, and a few others. And now there's, like I said, there's probably about 30 goblins all crammed into like this room and the and the hallway here, all like gathered around you. It smells awful. They're all like chattering and fighting with each other. Some of them have like also put candles on their heads or like.
This is such a fire hazard. I love it.
Oh yeah. And so
I
the
hope
whole
they burn themselves to death in their caves.
the whole hallway.
It's wet trash.
The whole hallway is like, yeah, damp and smelly and like
Ugh.
sweaty and then also hot. Like they've all got light sources now, basically. They've lit whatever they could find on fire.
It's
So
good
it's,
for us. We can see.
yeah,
kind
and there's like smoke in the sort of top of the hallway. And you've been led to this door. So there's this big like stone or this big like wood door with metal banding, and written on it in Goblish is there's like a big skull, like a really awkwardly painted skull, and it says "The Chief" over top. And Pukestain knocks on the door and he's like, "Chief, listen, Chief, we don't want to have to come in there and light you on fire, but we will. It's time to give up your heretical ways and join the holy." And he keeps looking at you, like in your direction, to be like, "Am I doing it? Like, should I do it different or?"
I just nod. I'm just nodding.
Okay, and he's like,
That's why I used a different voice. So when I used my torch voice, they would know that I was being possessed by the torch, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was his power.
And he's like,
It wasn't my real voice. It was the torch voice.
"So, like,
Ugh.
look, Chief, you gotta open up, or else, I guess we'll light you on fire. We'll light the door on fire, and then we'll come in there and light you on fire. So, what do you say, big guy?" And then there's some like just quiet, and everybody's kind of like nattering. And he turns around. He's like, "Shut up! Shut up! I can't hear him." And then you hear from the other side of the door. You hear a loud goblin voice that says, "If you think you can fight me, then come in here and fight me, Puke Stain." And Puke Stain turns and looks back at the fire, and he's like, "Well, it looks like he's not gonna let us in."
Yeah. Is the door made of wood?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if the door is made of stone, this whole burning the door down thing was...
I mean, goblins don't know anything about flammability.
I
Is
know,
it,
but
like,
I do.
locked?
Clearly not, as they have filled.
It's probably barred from the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
No point picking it.
Let's
just set it on fire. What could go wrong?
Yeah, totally. We'll smoke them out.
We'll smoke ourselves out.
Yeah, same thing.
Let's just stand ranged weapons ready on the other side of the door until it burns down, and then shoot him. And set him on fire.
Yeah, we're gonna be trapped in a cave with a whole bunch of goblins is one part of the problem.
Yeah, like panicky goblins too.
Panicking, suffocating goblins.
Yeah. So, I think, yeah, so I think I'll be like, he has made his choice. Come, set the sacrificial fire, and we will move on to, I don't know, convert the rest of these goblin caves while he yet burns.
Okay.
We'll be over here.
And you're trapped in this cave with this burning trash? No, thank you.
Okay.
Instead, we can, like, yeah, like, he does not deserve to be bathed in my holy light. I'm gonna, like, take the light away from him, but they should still totally burn him down.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I think that you can see that, like, the pork butt is like scared of the goblin king, or of the goblin chief. And he looks back in your general direction and is like, "Look, your glorious burningness. I'm gonna level with you here. The chieftain's kind of a big deal, and I kind of feel like, as faithful as I am, if I go in there, he's probably just gonna chop my head off, and I don't really want that. So maybe." Oh, here's a good idea. Here's what we can do. Okay, maybe if you burn the door down and then you go in there, you could light him on fire. And I'll stay out here, where it's safe. Yeah, that's a great idea. Don't you think, my lordliness?
Oh, little goblin. So full of passion and ideas.
I like tap you, like, very light. Well, Rolf taps you very lightly, and it's
Do
like,
goblins, do we already know if goblins understand chaos hand signals?
They do.
They
yes.
do.
Okay, great. I just wanted
Yeah,
to know
sure.
if we'd already established that. So, anyways, you tap me.
Yeah, Rolf, like, whispers to you. He says, "We can play this up. If they open the door, we get a sight of the chieftain. I can just hold him. We can shout that the light is binding him, and they can murder him without him fighting back."
I'll, like, I'm not going to look at you, but I'll just, like, nod very small and be like, yes. But first we must burn the door with cleansing fire. The smoke from the non-believer is not sacred. And it would not do well for these, and I'll, like, a gesture to the other party members, for these pilgrims and protectors of my torchy body to breathe of it. Like, Glassop has run out of words to say about this, and now it's just like, I don't know, man. I never meant to start a religion.
Yeah, and it's starting to get like a little like smoky and kind of hard to breathe in the hallway.
Yeah, I think we like. Have
Yeah, so I'm trying to be like,
Go
cool,
here.
yeah, no, we're totally gonna burn the door down and go in, but unfortunately, my retinue cannot breathe the smoke of a non-believer, so we're
Okay.
gonna have to wait over here until it's burnt down, and then we'll come in.
Okay. All right. So you're just gonna like create a pile of garbage and light it on fire and like burn the door down, or what's?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man,
All
That
right.
is the
Yeah,
most
I
glorious
have-
light of faith.
I have 180 feet of range on whole person. So as soon if like we burn it down and see the chief in there, I can just cast it from like the safety of.
And Nimith is just like, I could sleep all these motherfuckers.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
you and about 30 goblins just jammed into the goblin like dining hall, basically.
yeah,
It's gonna take a turn for the door to like burn, basically enough to like break it away.
I'm gonna tell them to sing a great song in my honor.
Can you roll another reaction check? Goblins get bored easily, so I
I
wanna
know,
see,
that's why I want them to like sing a song or something.
Yeah.
All right, kids, we're gonna sing some religious songs.
Is it gonna be? You're gonna make
Yeah.
them sing a torch song?
Yeah, be higher.
They're not into it.
All right, so the goblins are uncertain. They're starting to get antsy. I think that they're like they were expecting more action or something, and they're just like, what's going on? Come
No,
on,
no,
come
it's a
on."
slow burn.
Well, they don't like or care about that.
Yeah,
Point of torches.
tell them. You can tell them like what's going to happen. It's like they won't be harmed. He won't be able to stand against the light. You'll have an easy time defeating this.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to like encourage them to. I'll be like, I have heard great tale of goblin song. I'm gonna make them sing songs and shit. I don't know.
Just distract.
Okay.
Show me
No,
show me
they're-
the skit
they're
that you've
all-
prepared in my honor.
They've kind of
Do
like
a variety show.
they've kind of like lost interest. They're like fighting with each other now, and like, you know, it's been 10 whole minutes. So really, like, only a few of them are still like really intently like paying attention to you. The rest of them are kind of tolerant of your presence, but aren't really all like, yay, fire, because they need a constant stream of attention to like keep
Yeah.
them focused.
I mean, like light a couple
of our generation.
flasks on fire and be like, it's on
Well,
fire.
I mean that all of that attempting to keep their attention, that was that reaction roll.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And so they're just getting fidgety.
Yeah.
And then eventually, pork butt like pulls on your robes or whatever, and points and down the hall, and it's like,
their room.
okay, all right. So I think that there's like the majority of the goblins just kind of stay in the other room, but puke stain, pork butt.
Did they get Goober? Did they bring Goober? And
I mean, nobody introduced you to Goober, so it's hard to say. There's just more goblins.
Yeah.
So Porkbutt, Pukestain, and both those two both go with you. And I definitely think that like at the back of the hallway, like over here, the goblin Jerry is just like standing with his arms folded, being like shaking his head, being like this is
Doubting
crazy.
Jerry.
Yeah. And so you get here. And you see inside, like an obvious like goblin chieftain's room. So there's like a throne that looks like it used to be like the tiny little squiggly arms and little feet sticking out either end, like huge
Gross.
chainmail that's been like retrofitted for goblin size. They're holding shields and swords and they're standing in front of the king. One of them has like an eye patch. And you see chained to the wall to the left of the goblin throne, your friend Thistle. Her armor taken away. She's just wearing like her clothes, and she's unconscious, like hanging by her wrists from this like chain that's attached to the wall. So you come in, and the king sees you. I guess who goes in first? It's definitely not the goblins.
All of us in marching order.
Okay. So the first into the room is
Is probably Rolf or Nimitz.
Okay. All right.
It's Rolf.
So he sees the two of you because you come in together, and he's like, I knew it, pork butt, you idiot, you've been misled. These are no gods.
I cast Hold Person.
Okay. So you just like unroll your scroll. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I think you've had the scroll unrolled. This is your plan all along.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
just like waiting, and then like he starts talking. I was like, oh yeah, this is the guy.
Okay.
Blah blah. Alakazam.
Okay. All
There's
right.
more
So
wizard.
the scroll begins to like dissolve in your hands as you cast the spell. So I gotta make saves for these jerks, right? How does hold person work? Let me see here.
I need to roll for how many get held.
Yeah, spells cast at a group will affect 1d4 persons with no penalty to the saving throw. So you want to cast it on the group? Okay, hit dice 1 + 1. Okay, all right. So, what am I looking for here? Here we go. Saving throws. And they save as thieves, I think. So, yeah, 15 or better. All right, so we'll roll for the guards first. 15 or better. Nope, the guards are held. And the chieftain. Haha! Okay.
Nimith cast sleep.
So, all right, Nimith. So, okay, go ahead and roll your 2d8 for hit dice. Tumbles over in his throne and starts snoring.
Yeah.
Do you want to affect like puke stain and pork butt with the sleep spell, or?
I don't think so.
Okay, all
I think
right.
we're gonna take our chances with those kids.
I think, yeah, and I'll say something like, "Behold the power of the light."
Okay, so pork butt and puke stain look at each other and they're like, "Yeah, the light, woo!"
And like
And-
Nimith is already up there murdering things. Like
Okay, all right. So you just
Oh no, we should make them murder their friends, but that's fine.
Yeah, like after we both cast spells, we just like.
Okay, I just go around. Okay.
No, because we want the torch, not one of them, don't we?
Sorry, what did you say?
Like we want the torch to be the chieftain, not
Oh yeah,
one
fair,
of
fair.
the goblins.
Yes.
yeah, so we do the murdering.
Okay, so
So you want to
you
make sure that we
It's
don't,
like if one of the goblins kills, like they become the chief.
because they might accidentally murder Thistle, and I think that's not part of our plan, as far as I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
all right? So puke
Like I
stain,
don't know how much XP is this worth.
puke stain and pork butt. And they, I think they shout to the other goblins. They're like, yeah, the chief's dead. Woo! We did it. And then a couple other goblins like shout back, kind of like cries of like, yeah, good job, whatever. And then puke stain comes over to the body of the chief and it's like, awesome! Now puke stain is chief of the goblins. And he kind of like looks at you like, right?
I'm like, the torch is chief of the goblins.
And then pork butt is like, what? That's not how it works. Only a goblin can be chief of the goblins. In fact, pork butt is chief of goblins. And he like jumps on puke stain and starts stabbing him in the face. And puke stain is like, oh god, no! And like gets killed basically almost
Great.
immediately.
I've written down so many names, then just had to X them out immediately.
They're goblins.
I know, it's perfect. I love it. Give me more goblin names to X out.
And
They're
so
even
yeah,
more disposable than my characters.
so puke stain gets stabbed in the face, and pork butt is like, yeah, pork butt stands up and he's like got his like dripping knife, and he's like, ah yes, all is as it should be. Pork butt, chief of the goblins.
A holy chief.
He's
I
like,
believe
No, I
her.
feel like we kill him and then we become the chief.
yeah, he's like, yeah, sure, holy chief, like you said. I'm in charge though. And he's like already trying to like pull the robe out from under the dead chief's
yeah,
body.
I think Nimith just like runs him through from behind.
Okay, all right.
Like while he's like doing he's distracted trying to get all of his like fancy clothes and stuff.
Yeah. So you just stab him through the back, and it grabs a spear, and he like turns and looks up at you, and he's like, "My God, why?"
And we're like kind of obscured in this haze of smoke,
Yeah.
like down this hallway, so it's probably not very clear to the others what's going on.
They just know the chief's dead.
And then I
Whatever.
think Bluebigale is freeing Thistle.
Thistle. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think that we probably want to like get Thistle's. I don't know if she's still just unconscious but like
Yeah,
get
like,
her
can we-
armor and like search the room to get the rest of her stuff.
Okay. Do you want to take a turn searching the room?
I think probably.
Okay.
I think we want to we should probably stand guard at the entrance to the room, but
Yeah,
like
Nimith is gonna listen.
Okay.
Trouble. Elvenly.
Okay, I mean, all you can hear is the sound of pretty much the entire tribe of goblins in this room, waiting for something to happen to decide who's in charge, and they're starting to get fidgety and kind of poking in and trying to while you're searching, that they're gonna start gathering in the hallway.
yeah, I wonder if I should make a proclamation to them. I'll make a proclamation, I guess, after this.
Perhaps
Gressel
Thistle
can
is
just
the new chief.
So both of the chief is dead, and both of the two most religious goblins have just either been killed or killed each other. So you're
Yeah.
addressing a mass that kind of doesn't really give a shit about your divine
Yeah, no.
power so much.
Well, the proclamation that I wanted to make is the chief is dead and the torch has spoken. One amongst you is the chief, and blood will decide. Your own.
You
Okay.
just have them kill each other.
Yeah, I just want them all to kill each other.
Legit.
is
Okay,
what I
all
want.
right, make a reaction roll.
Oh god.
This is an acceptable outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could can we?
Basically, I just am yeah, cool. One of you's the chief, and it's whoever kills the most of the rest of you.
do that and actually throw the old cape into
Yeah, I
them.
want to throw. Yeah, exactly. I want to throw.
We roll the old chief out.
Can I get a bonus for throwing a cape in?
No, I mean they.
That's a symbol of authority,
I
isn't
mean,
it?
they believe. Well, it's not though. The chief was
I
just
know.
wearing it because it was nice. But
I feel like
just you make your
to become the chief is reasonable. though.
make your reaction roll. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, you can definitely make the roll. Okay.
I want it to be really good. It's
Okay.
not really very good.
I think, but I
I'm
think
not
it's
very
enough.
charismatic.
It's enough to you're not swaying them to be efficient about it. But I think at one point they all kind of look at each other and they're like, somebody could be the chief, and they're kind of looking nervously at each other.
It's
And
kind
then
of just go with what the tide already seemed to be.
yeah. You see Jerry in the back corner, and he's just he just kind of wide-eyed looks around at the group, and he's like, oh fuck no, I'm out of here, and he runs off down
Very
the
good end of chief, isn't he?
he runs off down the back hallway just as one of the goblins in the group is
It's Goober, isn't it?
he stands up tall. No, this is a different goblin. He stands up tall. He's got a machete in his hands. He holds it over his head, and he's like, Trash Guts declares that Trash Guts is leader of goblins. And then somebody else in the crowd is like, I declare Trash Guts is an idiot. And then he's like, who said that? And he grabs a random goblin and hits him in the face with the machete. And then they all start fighting about who's
I'm
going to be
picturing Trash
chief.
Guts rising above all the other goblins, and then just a spear.
Yeah. Yeah, someone throws a spear, and then the room just becomes a melee of goblin violence.
Perfect. It seemed like they were all restless and whatever, and so I was like, great, kill each other, and they're like, yeah.
Okay,
That's
and
what
then
we
you
were gonna do anyway.
and that's when you're like, we'll just be in here looting.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we're gonna
are
leave
they
this
all,
room while they kill each other.
in the if they're all in the main room, could the shadow just stand in this little assassination place and wait until there's one or two left and then just kill them as well?
In this
Just
here?
backstab. Yeah, just hide in there and backstab whoever wins.
Yeah, I mean, you can wait and see what happens.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I
I
think
think it's
Nimith
a
is
great
but
guard your way in here, for sure. Because
Yeah.
they could end up with, not all killing each other, but ending up with a couple of tribes of goblins who are stronger than other goblins. Facing off, whatever. As long as they kill off a lot of each other, that's really all I want.
yeah. Just
Okay.
need to make it
All right. So, let's have while the rest of you are in here. So, Glass Up, you're doing that. Nimith, you did your listen. What's everybody else doing this turn? Shadow, you're waiting.
Mm-hmm. Rolf's with him in case the combat tries to spill over, and he'll just be a shield.
So is it only Bluebegale who's in the room then?
I guess, yeah. So
Bluebegale and Thistle.
Yeah.
Bluebegale and Thistle, they can both make. Thistle's unconscious, so.
Yeah, that's why I'm like.
So Bluebegale, do you want to make a roll?
I'll search the room.
Okay.
What do I roll for that?
Well, okay. So the room has in it. There's like the throne. There's like a little bed where the goblin chief slept. There's quite a bit of furniture, like goblin-sized furniture, like actually made for goblins. There's a low bench. There's several chairs. Is there anything you want to search in particular, or?
And sorry, what was Nimith doing?
I'm not sure. Oh, Nimith was listening. Yeah, Nimith was on guard.
It's just funny that the entire party is like on guard for one person to search.
Well, I'm trying to look for Thistle's stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm just
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think you can find Thistle stuff, no problem. Like that's just like laying out.
yeah, and so I kind of get all of her shit together,
Okay.
and then I look for treasure, obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, the Goblin King had like a little hat or something, right? He had a top hat.
Yeah, the stuff he was wearing is pretty much trash.
Just identifiable trash.
But it
Yeah.
is a trophy.
Yeah.
Not as good as his actual head.
Well, we're gonna cut his head off too, as is our tradition.
We got everyone's head off. Come on. Come on.
Yeah,
Okay.
just tape the hat onto his head so it's recognizable.
hmm
Okay.
Have you ever seen a goblin so fat and jowly as this one? It must be the chief.
So, so I just need to know, Bluey, like where are you looking for treasure? What do you like?
Under the bed?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If everybody is guarding anyway, the shadow's going to come and loot as well.
Okay. All right.
Because it's not especially time sensitive. It's not going to be like a one
You know
will
what the
remain.
shadow should do is look for traps.
Yeah,
'Cause what if there is a trap in here?
it's not a bad idea.
Okay. So just with a cursory look around the bed, you find an empty wine bottle and next to it a silver cup under the bed. The bed is so the cup is worth 90 gold.
Mhm.
So you can add that to your stash that you got. You can also you also find a total of 18 gold and 2 platinum in coins on the chief's body.
Great.
And
Who's writing this down? Because it's not John for once.
I'm writing it down.
Okay, so I've not got the video up.
It's mine.
yeah, and then you don't find any traps in the shadow. So the only places there's the bench, there's the bed which you looked under. There's some other
It's
miscellaneous
like the throny
furniture. Yeah,
bench thing.
yeah, the throny little bench thing you was sitting on, which you haven't really examined.
There is totally a trap on that throny bench. There must be. Surely there must be.
Highly possible.
Are you gonna poke with
Yeah.
a stick?
Well, I don't know. You have to spend another round if you want to keep searching.
I really hope that Thistle wakes up at some point.
No, just dead.
Yeah.
You just fall there unconscious, just dead.
So yeah, we'll wait another round.
Okay. And what will you do on this next round?
The shadow is going to start searching as well.
Yeah, and
You've already picked up all Thistle's stuff, right? But
Yeah.
where have you?
Bluebegale is convinced that there's some kind of trap on like the king's throne
Okay.
or whatever. So
Oh, so you've stopped looking at the loot. I'd like for the shadow to steal the magic ring from the magic stuff.
Oh, because Thistle's unconscious, so you just want to take the ring off Thistle's body? Okay. Sure.
Mhm.
That's no problem. Lift it. The Bluebegale's the only other one in the room, so.
well, Glossop's coming back in too. Glossop was just out there to say some torch shit and throw an ermine cloak.
Neither of them really knew that Thistle had a magic ring, did
Yeah.
they?
Glossop definitely
they're the
didn't.
they're the two newest people. So
Yeah, so I'll put it on, and then I'll put my gloves over the top. And just
Okay.
it's gone.
You sneaky snake.
Yeah.
yeah, I thought you'd given up on chaos.
Nice. Okay.
Still an opportunity.
So you're it's a ring. What I say, ring of protection. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
ring of protection +1.
so your saving throws are all you get a +1 to saving throw rolls, and your armor class is improved by 1.
Oh, bummer.
Adam,
Yes.
So Thistle.
I successfully found traps.
Okay.
So if there are traps.
No, there are no traps, but there is a secret compartment underneath the throne of the Goblin
Great.
Chief.
What's in it?
Okay, so you pull the compartment open. Inside there is a small rolled up like tapestry. Just like kind of poster size, like 11 by 17. But even from the outside, because it's rolled up, you can see the back of it. From here, you can see that it's woven with like gold and silver, like strands, like threads of silver and gold. And next to it, there is a pewter bowl. The bowl itself is worthless, but inside there's a lot of silver and copper pieces.
Sweet.
And
How much should I write down?
Yeah, I'll just rather than making you stop to count it, I'll say there's 273 silver and 321 copper. The tapestry, if the shadow gets a chance to look at it, would be able to tell you how valuable that would be.
Cool.
Yeah, he's ostensibly he's also helping loot the room, but as he goes across that part, if the ring's lying on top or in a particular pocket, then
The ring is literally on her
On her
body.
finger, so all you'd have to do is just swipe it
oh
off.
yeah,
Yeah.
he probably didn't even notice then if he was actually just looking at her stuff.
Yeah.
Oh well, I guess a goblin took it somewhere.
But you did take it. to be
Yeah,
clear.
he's got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
wasn't sure if
clear
that's-
this.
The shadow took
I
it.
wasn't sure if you just said that he didn't notice that it was on her hand.
no.
Okay.
No,
I misunderstood you. Totally fine.
yeah.
Okay, Glass Up, what are you doing this turn?
So, Bluegale is searching the throne, and has already looked at what was the other thing you already looked at?
The bench has been
The bench.
sorted out. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and there's some tables and other.
Yeah, miscellaneous goblin furniture.
Yeah. So Glassup's gonna go around the room and look at the furniture, look underneath stuff,
Okay.
push trash around to I don't know.
Sounds good. Okay,
That's where you find random treasure is underneath people's trash heaps.
sure. Okay, so you spend that turn.
Yep.
You'll need to light another torch. And you
Oh no,
you're-
the sacred torch.
Glass Up,
No.
you're convinced you found everything there is to find. And by the end of this, so it's been 20 minutes, by the end of this, the fighting outside has sort of died down. There's just pained moaning and
Oh,
quiet mostly.
poor little
Yeah.
gobbos.
Okay, and Thistle's still just unconscious.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're close enough that we're in tagging range of all the killing going on as well, aren't we?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
I meant that in the RPG, the MMO, the XP version. Wait, it's mostly points.
So yeah, I guess I'll be well, it looks like we found everything there is. Oh, should I have rolled to find secret things? I don't know.
No. There's no roll to just perceive. There's looking
Yeah.
for specific stuff. And based on what you described,
So yeah, I'll be well, I guess we've got everything there is to get in here. We should check in on those goblins.
okay.
What's Rolf seeing? He's just standing guard.
They've all killed each other. Other goblins are all either dead or dying. No one emerged on top. There's just a pile of goblin corpses.
We successfully dealt with the goblin problem.
Yeah.
Great work, everyone. Except Jerry. presumably.
Yeah, that's why I told you Jerry was going to end up king.
Jerry is king in the cave.
Jerry's going to end up my next character. That's why we survived him for later.
Yeah.
No, he's gonna rally the forest goblins, and they're gonna come fuck up our shit.
Well, there's goblins in other caves too. Goblins had moved all over, so I doubt that this is actually all of them.
Yeah, remember the goblins? There's another tribe of goblins, or a splinter tribe, that took over the kobold caves.
And there might have also been some in the ogre cave, but those ones might have been drawn to this.
Yeah, and there's more goblin caves you haven't explored. So this subset of goblins has all been dealt with.
Thank goodness. So if Thistle is like just fully unconscious, I think, and we've like found a whole bunch of treasure, I think Gossip's going to suggest like would now be a good time to. Do we want to press on, or should we go back? Should we go back to town, try to revive our friend?
Yeah, because there's no like way of telling how long we would otherwise just be waiting for things to happen to us in the caves of chaos while
Wow, yes,
maybe
that's true.
spent like 6 hours being unconscious.
Probably longer than that, right? Like to recover a hit point, basically, which is what I'm kind of using as the model here. It takes 24 hours of rest. So
Yeah. So
I think we go back to town.
yeah, I think that we're gonna like take all our treasure and go back to town. Take our treasure and our friend and her stuff and go back to town.
Okay.
Does she count for XP if she's still unconscious?
No, because she didn't participate at all. So we
well,
won't count Thistle in this set of XP.
Do we get XP for rescuing her?
No.
Does she count? She counts as treasure.
No, she's not treasure. No.
If you
Friends
kill her,
are the
you might
ultimate
get her
treasure.
XP, but I don't know that that's how it works in this.
And like going by like the UN decisions, like the value of a human life is like whatever it is, like $10 million, and then if it's a halfling, you half it, and then you convert that into gold. That's like enough for everyone to level up, right?
So anyway, the shadow.
Did the shadow give up chaos?
The shadow. When you get a
That's
chance.
Dave saying.
When you get
Yeah,
a chance to look at the goblin, I don't know. What do you show it, Bluebeard? Do you show it to the shadow, that like goblin poster thing?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, all right. So
He's
it's
like really trustworthy. He'll
yeah,
tell you legit how much it is and not
it's a-
steal.
it's a very finely crafted small tapestry woven in threads of gold and silver, showing a noblewoman holding like a chalice. And you figure the tapestry is worth probably just shy of 1,000 gold. You could probably get 900 gold for it.
We should make sure to bring the Goblin Chief's head also. Bringing back heads is good. People in the
That's our MO.
Okay.
they love when you bring a head back.
Okay. All right. So as you return to the keep, I think that like Thistle won't recover. She won't wake up until you get her like a bed rest at the keep. Maybe get a cleric to like look at her.
Our clerics aren't good enough? Probably not. Yeah.
You approach, and I think that when you get to this point in your journey, when you're like between the mining trail and the swamp, you spot on the road a wagon that looks like it's been ambushed. It's all burned on one side. There's a dead horse lying on its like side with arrows sticking out of it, and the wagon is like still smoking from whatever the like fire that was lit on it. And at a distance, you can see. I think when you get within, let's see, because. So you can't really see what's going on. It's like hazy and maybe it's like kind of foggy today, but you can definitely see movement around the fallen wagon.
And the wagon is where?
Just lying in the middle of the road,
Like right here or
somewhere in that vicinity. I mean, these
Okay.
are all quite large hexes. So
Yeah. Okay.
Do we recognize this as being the dwarf wagon from before?
it's just a wagon. It's hard to say, and it's all burned. So
Okay. Well, Nimith has his bow at the ready.
Oh my gosh, that disintegrated dragon.
the dragon's all discombobulated and weird now.
Oh, it's the dragon from that glitch you had in that game one time.
Yeah,
It's that exact
The
dragon.
Pillars of Eternity dragon.
it's
Yeah.
oh god.
You broke it even more. What are you doing?
Get your scrawny dragon out of here. All right. So
Okay,
how about we do this? You see this fallen wagon. It's all smoldery. Chat already knows what the cause of this problem is, but you don't. And maybe let's take a break and we'll come back and find out.
Okay.
Shall we?
Great.
Okay. All right. Stick around. We'll uncover the mystery after this.